Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I want to apologize because I may have misled you. I know I confused myself when using this DXMAPS in a show I did a couple of days ago. And the confusion factor was I had it set up like this. This is kind of the default, and then you can select a band and select whether you want to show the world or certain parts of the world. But the default for modes, which I didn't change, is all modes. Phone, CW, digital, WSPR. So I'm seeing a lot of activity here, especially over in Europe, not too much in the United States this time of day. It's almost 3 p.m. in the afternoon. But if I zoom in, let me just go to North America. You can see a little more. There's quite a bit more activity when you zoom in. So you think, oh boy, there's a bunch of activity on the amateur radio, in this case, the lower frequencies and the high frequencies. The VHS and up is another option. So you say, well, boy, I should hear something on my radio on single sideband voice. Well, if you come up here and you turn off some of these other modes, like CW, we'll turn that off. Some of them go away. And then we'll turn off digital. Boom! They're gone! They're gone! Let's see, I think that turned off, yeah, that automatically turned off WSPR. So now we only have phone. And there are none. There are none, zero, nothing. And it may be because of the way the operators, the ham operators, report their activity. It may be in phone mode, you have to do a manual update to this, and I'll show you where you can do it right down here. This is where you do it. You have to log in, and you have to be in ham. So you have to manually put in your report. Now, it may be because this website gets the data from not only this website via what I showed you down here, but other websites, which I told you about in the previous video on this DXMAPS. It may be like the digital modes. When you're using a piece of software to do digital transfers or communications, the software may upload to those other databases automatically. And so there's not an extra step where here, if you're going to do voice and you're just using your radio, you're not using any software on your radio, you got to type all this stuff in. That may be part of the problem. So my point is, don't get confused or misled if you have all the modes turned on and you're only interested in phone, or you got just phone and there's nothing there. That doesn't mean there aren't communications. Although I tried this morning, early this morning, using the Texan PL880 radios to receive voice single sideband, and I got nothing. And I had to do the show again about 9:30, and I still got nothing. Now, I didn't spend a lot of time trying, so that's part of it. And some people said that, I need to try some other things to see if I could receive some. So I was misled the other day when I showed you this webpage about how much activity there was, because the default modes is all. So we turn these back on. There's CW. Look at CW alone. Okay, and then we turn phone off because it wasn't doing anything. But just turning CW on alone, there's a lot of communications. And then if I turn on Digital, it really gets busy. And then if I turn on, and I don't know if it turns it on, I turn on WSPR, which again is digital, it's massive. And I did hear, both early this morning and at 9:30, I did hear some digital, what sounded like digital communications between amateur radio operators. Okay, so that explains it. You can also look at VHF and up. And then, of course, here you can select what frequency you want to show. And there's activity there. Now, let's, just for the heck of it, let's narrow this down. We're at 50 hertz, which is a 6-meter band. Excuse me. Let's turn off modes. Well, there's a bunch of modes. It would take a while. Okay, I'm not going to do that then, because there's a whole bunch of modes you got to turn off. So that's another thing you can do. Like I say, this website is really cool, but it takes a little getting used to. I definitely made a mistake the other day when I was looking at the data and thinking it was only phone communications, but it was all the modes, and that's what I was seeing. We go back to this, and let's go to, we're 10 meters. Let's go to 40 meters. We'll take and turn all modes except phone on. First, we'll turn them all off. Oh, now I turned them all back on. Okay, so let's turn them off. Digital. And so that's only phone. Still nothing. Let's try 30 meters. Still nothing. 15 meters. Nothing. 40 meters. It's just nothing out there. Oops, I didn't get 40 meters. Nada. 160. No, 80 meters. Okay, there's nothing there. And you can also get a list. Now, we got the mode selected now, phone only. So let's look at list. Should be blank. No QCQ, none have been reported recently. So, none. There are none. Again, that could be because you have to manually report them down here if it's phone, where the other ones may come from a database that's automatically populated by the software people are using. That's it. I just want to clarify that. I apologize for making that mistake and misleading you, and I definitely misled myself. That's it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.